Okay, out here in my workshop with a tactical storm from Busby taken apart, going to mod this up in an exchange with another YouTuber who is a big fan of Nerf and other brands called Ryan Ingolstad. He's up in Minnesota and he plans to send me some vintage Busby blasters in exchange for a modified blaster of my choice. I told him I chose to do the Tactical Storm. It suits everybody. It's top prime, very usable. I actually think it's superior to the Retaliator in stock form unless you really want to customize it with all kinds of add-ons. But in power and modability, it's a bit more, it's a bit better as far as power-wise and smoothness of prime. Makes it a good candidate for a spring upgrade because it still remains smooth even once you modify it. But basically, I'm going to punch out the air restrictor, throw in a 7 kilogram spring, remove the locks, do my basic Busby mods that I tend to do, and I'm going to ship this out to him. I do have some grip tape that I'm going to wrap on because the one complaint is that the grips can be a little small, and a simple, cheap trick is you can wrap grip tape just to give the grip a little more chunkiness to it to grab on for a larger hand. So that's the plan. Comfortable grip, improve the power, make it to where he can deprime it, and that's it. I'm going to speed through this, so I'm going to go ahead and do my work and just let you watch along. I was going to do this all time-lapse, but I decided that I'm going to cut it out to keep the video shorter. I'll time-lapse most of it, but I will stop to go over what I've done. The air restrictor's removed. I've got 1.5 wraps of E-tape on here. It turned out I had to fiddle with it a bit. That's why I'm going to cut out some of it. And I have a 7 kilogram spring to go in. So, here we go. here's the finished product, minus the long barrel, which I will of course include. I actually am just going to hot glue down the tip here. That's a common thing I do once I have released it, which I tried to keep the damage minimal in getting this off. I did actually use the boiling hot water method, which you place this down in, try to split the shell apart a little bit, work it around, wiggle the shell halves, trying to loosen up the solvent welding that's on this tip, and it had a pretty decent amount. And all I'm going to do to place this back on is put a couple dabs of hot glue, top and bottom, or side to side, whichever way, and then place it back on. That'll be good enough, and it can be removed. Hot glue's not that permanent. So that's my solution, but I did do the grip tape. This is just something I do. If you want to know what this is, basically it is the same thing used for tennis racket handles, or you can also go to your local bike shop and buy grip bar tape for road bike handlebars. Either product's the same basically, but it's easier for everybody to find tennis racket tape. But that's basically what this is, and this is my solution to make handles a little comfier. And again, it comes with a little bit of adhesive on it, but this will get a dab of hot glue here to hold that down even better, and it makes the handle a little chunkier for an adult hand, and of course gives it some cushion, so it feels great. But we're going to do a little bit of chronograph testing over here in just a second. Okay, chronograph testing with Precise Pros. 109.1, 156.3. There's why one of them didn't read so well. It's got a kink in it. 148.5. 224.9, that's got to be an error. 166.3, and I have one shot left. 150.5.